This is the easiest way to make closet built-ins. I'm Clayton, the Weekend Builder. Let's do it. Following this method, I built these shelves, a small pantry, and a laundry closet in just 5 hours. The only tools you need for this project are a palm router, a circular saw, and a brad nailer. Other than that, you'll just need a few miscellaneous things like a caulk gun, a rubber mallet, maybe a little pull saw, stuff that if you don't already have, you can get all of that for 20 bucks. All right, so I'm using 3/4 inch MDF for these closet built-ins, and the first thing I did was use a straight edge and a circular saw to rip 12-inch wide sections down the length of the MDF. I'm building 2 shelves, so I cut 4 of them.
Then I lined up the 4 strips and clamped down a straight edge, and I'm gonna use this as a guide to route a groove. So this is where that palm router comes into play with a 3/4 inch bit, and we're just taking out a 1/4 inch of material. Then I cut the shelves, which were 12 inches deep to match the sides and 18 inches wide. After adding some glue into the groove, I could tap the shelf into place with a rubber mallet, and then I tip it over so that I could tack the back with the brad nailer. And I'm using 1.25 inch brad nailers for this. So that right there is really the whole build. We're just gonna rinse and repeat, add glue in the grooves, add the shelves, tap them down, and then nail them from behind. So here I thought, hey, it would be a great idea if I threw them all in the grooves before I tipped it over and nailed them all at the same time. Yeah, that didn't work out. I mean, if you don't make any mistakes, is it really DIY? So after nailing in the shelves, I could move on to the other side. And I repeated the exact same process by adding a little bit of glue into the grooves, and then I tilted up the side piece and I clamped it into place because a mallet really wouldn't do the trick here. Then again, I nailed down this side too. Now that it's completely built, I moved it into position. And honestly, it looked a little bit off. It needed a little bit of dressing up. So I decided to cut off the top corner, and I think it really added a lot.
Next, I repeated the exact same process to build another cabinet for the other side. To attach these to the walls, I'm just using some 2-inch construction screws, and I'm just screwing straight into the studs. Next, I cut 2-inch strips of more 3/4 inch MDF. Then I added construction adhesive to the back of these 2-inch strips, and then I nailed them to the wall to act as the supports for the shelves. You don't have to worry about finding a stud. The construction adhesive is actually going to be doing all of the heavy lifting. These nails are just to act as clamps to keep it in place while that adhesive sets up.
I was actually in a huge time crunch while building these, so I forgot to hit record on that, but here they are. And so I ran out of construction adhesive, so I used some wood glue. That's gonna be perfectly fine just where the MDF is touching itself, but it's not gonna do much or anything at all between the MDF and the drywall. So make sure you're using construction adhesive for that. But attaching MDF to MDF, you could use wood glue like I just did. The process for building these shelves is super simple. Once you have the supports installed, you just add some glue or adhesive and then drop the shelf in and give it some nails from the top. I forgot to hit record while doing this too, but I did the exact same thing for a shelf in between these 2 cabinets and then nailed on some 1/4 round. And after paint and carpet, this is what it looks like.
This entire project took me 5 hours start to finish, including the pantry and the laundry closet. If you're curious about where I got the materials or the tools, I'll have links to those in the description. You can check those out. If you want to see how I turned this unfinished space into a finished basement apartment, tap the subscribe button just below the screen. Subscribing is completely free to you. It just means that next time I post a video, it's going to show up for you in your feed. And I publish videos every hump day. Everyone knows what hump day is. If you want to see the entire process of me finishing this basement from start to finish, then go ahead and click this video right here. That won't be posted for a few more weeks, but it will be right here when it is.